Bile, Nimba kante bile. Bile, Nimba kante bile. Bile, Nimba kante bile. Wauma, 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 wauma. Yaya uma sao. Wauma, wauma, wauma. Akaka leko Nimba. Akaka. Nimba kante get the morale. Akaka leko Nimba. Akaka. I say we have it more than wow. Akaka leko Nimba. Akaka.
Nanima, you won't be alone, like you not know your head. We care for the trophy, we not come to play. Yeah, we learn. We from Nimba Kante, we play. All the things throw you happy. We from Nimba, we the best. Go to yourself, don't get fair. We be playing, you be shaking at the trophy. Now we take it. Trophy now we take it. Trophy now we take it.
Wauma, 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 wauma. Yaya uma sao. Wauma, wauma, wauma. Sim, 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 sim.
Celebrate, see, we gon' fire, girl, when Nimba enter. That's it, boy, let's rent the wine paper. Come on, do the gago, some of them back. Nimba Kante, we are back, why you back, why you back, why money pay, why man pay, Sammy, why can't pay, girl, I look where pay.
Yabo Nimba, I say, oh, your way, who got me with fire, who bring the fire, Nimba Kante got me with fire. Oh, baby.
Bile, Nimba kante bile. Bile, Nimba kante bile. Bile, Nimba kante bile. Wauma, 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 wauma. Yaya uma sao. Wauma, wauma, wauma.
We did it before, we can do it again. We beat them before, we will stay beat it again. Nimba wake up, wake up. Nimba wake up, wake up. Nimba wake up, I said Nimba Kante wake up, wake up. If you have fun, Nimba, let me see you on your feet. Nimba Kante beat them, put your people on their feet.
Boy, you will have Nimba turn and they big I want play come from Berengo. Some I want play come from Bobrado. Some I want play come from Sunny Pole. And some I want play come from
We winning the talkie, but we coming short and flocky. Nimba Kante boys, yeah, we not here for noise.
My name is Emmanuel P. Nazi. I am in Japan Elementary School. I want to say thank you, Sis Emu, for your good opportunity. Thank you.
They give me with the less celebrity boy. Let me see how you swallow it. Let's go, baby. Hey. Yeah. I'm on Nimba Kante people. What you got?
Sim, 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 sim. Bile, Nimba kante bile. Bile, Nimba kante bile. Bile, Nimba kante bile. Wauma, 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 wauma. Yaya uma sao. Wauma, wauma, wauma. Akaka leko Nimba. Akaka. Nimba kante get the morale. Akaka leko Nimba. Akaka. I say we have it more than wow. Akaka leko Nimba. Akaka.
Nanima, you won't be alone, like you not know your head. We care for the trophy, we not come to play. Yeah, we learn. We from Nimba Kante, we play. All the things throw you happy. We from Nimba, we the best. Go to yourself, don't get fair. We be playing, you be shaking at the trophy. Now we take it. Trophy now we take it. Trophy now we take it.
Wauma, 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 wauma. Yaya uma sao. Wauma, wauma, wauma. Sim, 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 sim.
Celebrate, see, we gon' fire, girl, when Nimba enter. That's it, boy, let's rent the wine paper. Come on, do the gago, some of them back. Nimba Kante, we are back.
Okay, once again, a very pleasant good morning to all of you who have joined us. The lady on the screen is the person we'll be talking to very, very shortly. Wherever you are tuning this morning, just keep sharing this live because we're about to have a conversation with a very wonderful person who goes after what she loves doing best in lifting women and children out of the too many suffering they go through here in Liberia. She takes risk they do a lot of things. Their life is not insured, as some people around the world. As you can see in some of this video, on the screen, the picture you see all in rural community, dividing flyers to kids. But wherever you have joined us from, we're asking you to keep sharing this life, and very shortly we're going to be joined by a very wonderful lady, and today we're going to be talking about a couple of issues as it relates to sexual based violence and the work of Rescue Women Liberia, and it's RWL for short. So we're about to jump on now, and the person right here is, so Madam, you're welcome to Nimba D-9 TV.
Thank you, Ambassador, everyone, for having me on your platform.
Okay, so to all of you who have joined us, I like to tell you earlier on, about a week ago, that we were to have had conversation with this madam, but she's properly going to introduce herself. By the way, who are you? What's your name?
Okay, thank you. My name is Laretta George, as you already know, and I'm the Executive Director of Rescue Women Liberia. I live in Monrovia. I am a general advocate, and I've been in the business for over 10 years.
Wow.
I'm not going to say too much about myself because I really believe in, result. I don't believe in talking too much about myself. I just move into the business again.
Okay. I don't believe in too much talking about myself. And to all of you who have joined us, keep sharing this live. We are going to have a family discussion here today. And by the way, this broadcast is being funded by the EU Women 2020 project. So 2030. Okay, 2030 project.
2030 project.
Absolutely. So just keep sharing this live, and we are here. What is this Rescue Women Liberia, by the way?
Rescue Women Liberia is a national NGO that was founded in 2015, and the institution came into being as a result of the injustices we see. Let me just say, it was NRC, American Bar Association, that gave birth to the institution. The institution was put together by advocates, journalists like you, like your work now. You go all over and see these things. Some of the things you see, it really get to you, and you think that it shouldn't be that way. So we had lawyers on this board. We work with RRC, American Bar Association, NRC, and after seeing the injustices against women and children, and looking at how our justice system sees some of these things, and the implementation of prosecuting crime against women and children have been weak, we were almost frustrated, and we decided to come together and form this group to look at some of these things, to advocate for the very people that we saw these things happen to them and we were heartbroken.
Wow.
Yes.
So I see the historicity about this. That is why you have Rescue Women, because RRC is International Rescue Committee.
Yes.
So this is a brilliant idea. Well, if you just join us, the madam you're talking to is Madame Laretta George. She is the Executive Director of Rescue Women, an organization that was given birth by International Rescue Committee and the Norwegian Refugee Council. They are not yet again. RRC is still around but involved with other activities. But they, as Liberians, were able to think far deeper and be able to organize this organization since 2015. So, by the way, just to paraphrase, what is your mission, your vision, and scope of work? You just touched a little bit now, but maybe just in case you can say something about it.
Our vision is to see a nation where injustices are seen as something that cannot develop a nation.
Absolutely.
We want to see a country where social justice is promoted.
Wow.
That is our vision. And our mission is to build the capacity of rural women. We have women at the top, but the rural women are forgotten, especially now. So we want to build the capacity, the knowledge of, we want to give them knowledge so that they will advocate for policy that will protect their rights.
Wow.
So the whole thing is protecting the rights of women and children and building their capacity to advocate for policy that will work in their interest.
Wow, policy that will work in their interest. And if you are just joining us, this is Nimba D-9 TV, and we're coming to you from Montserrat County from the office of Rescue Women Liberia. It's a wonderful place, as you can see from the design in the back. But by the way, where Rescue Women working currently? Where are those areas that you are working in Liberia?
Rescue Women is in Montserrat. We have our head office in Monrovia, down to Polo, in the Bishop Kula community. Okay. We also have one office in Magibi, our field office. We have one in Nimba, where we are a bit stronger. Okay. Our work is rooted in Nimba. Okay. You saw our work within 2030 project and policy dialogue with the stakeholders. So we are like, this is just an administrative office. The office in Monrovia is just an administrative office. But our operation offices are in Magibi and Nimba. So
one will ask, and if you are just joining us, keep sending in your comments, your suggestion, your recommendation, and this is a way we can do things better as it relates to what the Madame is telling us today. And so some will ask, we have several counties in Liberia, 15 by the way, but why you chose 3 of them to working at the moment? Nimba, Montserrat, and Magibi.
For Nimba, I really got interest in working in Nimba. Okay. Nimba is where we work when we were RSC. Okay. And now Nimba is a bit better. Okay. But when we worked there with RSC, we saw most of these things. Harmful traditional practices. Despite the fact that when Councillor Bongo was the Solicitor General, they abolished the issue of trial by ordeal, the one who was as a group. Yes. But Nimba to this date, they are still practicing it. Wow. So the issue of violence, other countries have violence, but I have not really worked in other countries as compared to Nimba. Because Nimba is a traditional country. They really take interest in the tradition. And I love Nimba. I love Nimba. When the whole program is holy. And when they accept, and you to work in the country, they help to push your work for you. Absolutely. Magibi, the same thing. Magibi, the harmful traditional practices. Magibi is closer to Monrovia, but NGO activities jump over Magibi. Now much of NGO activities in Magibi. For Montserrat is mixture of different traditional, different attitudes, different beliefs. Yes. So we have to sit in Montserrat and then
working in Magibi and the other places. Yes, I had the opportunity, by the way, to travel with your team to Cruiserville, and it will amaze you to know that people are still even pushing something they call make it rain from bomb mines with a load of things, and it was a good time, to see that you're going deeper into that rural community. Nimba D-9 TV can confirm that because we have documentary to that. Well, so if you're just joining us, keep sharing this live, and we are in conversation with the executive director, as you can see on the screen, of Rescue Women Liberia. So let's keep moving forward. So what are some of your success stories and setbacks or challenges?
I will first talk about the challenges. Okay. When we first started, it was difficult. We have had all of the international NGOs, some other people NGOs in the areas that we work. So Rescue Women just coming up, and we started to move with speed, without speed, where we started going to communities. Some I'm not going to say abandoned community, but some isolated community where NGOs don't easily go because of bad road conditions. We started going there. We had serious challenges, and I started to experience, really take note of the challenges when we started our Web Women 2030 project. That project, the focus of that project is to ensure that women get space around the table, and to create awareness on policies. You know, we have policies, like the national general policy. We have different components in our policies that speak against, that speak, you know, in the interest of women, but the implementation has been weak. Like you talk about women participation in forest governance. It is difficult in Nimba. You have the entire forest management team in Nimba. They have 2 women, but they are dormant. It's just that I put you here, sit here. You can't do anything. So to penetrate that kind of system, it was a serious challenge for us. But with the coming of our Web Women 2030 project, where we had to do awareness on the radio, talk about the sustainable development goal. Because the agenda of that project is to push the sustainable development goal, to create awareness on the sustainable development goal. So where we had to do drama, we involve the rural women into it. We train them and we give them the lead to go and do their work. So they took the training, they started to go from community to community. They were the one that pushing the agenda for us. So they did drama on radio, we have jingles, we have drama in the 2 major dialects in Nimba, Kio and Mano. And I can tell you, I think I can speak Mano small. So we did the drama on women participation in decision making, which has been a serious challenge in Nimba. Just look at, I had a privilege to meet the commissioners in Nimba. We had 17 commissioners, 1 woman. Which is for the secretary.
Secretary my era. Yes, 17. That's correct. Yes.
So I was like, what is happening in Nimba?
They have now increased it. They got 19 administrative districts. Out of the 19, they got 1 female. Yes, it's true.
Yeah, so I was like, what is happening in Nimba? Nimba is big.
Wow.
Nimba is one of the counties that we depend on in terms of, you know, food and other things. Nimba is big. Nimba got some people. Nimba got good people. I've been working in Nimba since 2005.
Absolutely.
So I know much about Nimba.
Nimba
got good people, but what is happening to creating space for women and, you know, around the table? You know, women, we are help needs.
Absolutely.
So we also need space around the table. So through our awareness, we funded from the Web Women 2030 project, funded by European Union. Our success story now is women have started getting the issue of women for women support. When we started, a woman would look at me and say, I need to support my friend woman to be leader. Then what am I doing here? Meanwhile, she's not going for leadership, but she's saying that she cannot support another woman to be leader, but she support a man to be leader. And if a woman is in the house, you know what happens. If a woman is out there, she will look out for the interest of other women. Look at the health system. It's challenged all over Liberia. But Nimba, we need people on the health board. We need people in the forest sector. We need people even in the county steering committee. You talk about they have a county sitting in the morning they can have every year, and then the rural women chair. Those are responsible to put the issue of women on the table. They were not represented in that meeting.
Wow.
But now, when I was doing my tour in January, the whole story changed. You saw the women at the National Election Commission. They went there to protect their votes.
Yes.
They were a turnout the way it is, but we are not disappointed. The biggest source is that women were able to vote.
Absolutely.
Unlike before, they will not vote. They will tell you, say, they're not going to vote for another. Women were able to vote. And you saw in Nimba Studio, Radio Nimba studio,
Yes.
you saw the way the women talk. The women are now ready. They recognize that women present around the table will put women issue on the platform.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so that is one of our major sources.
Oh.
Women have grasped the awareness for the awareness that has to do with women for women support.
That's Laretta George. She's the executive director of Rescue Women. Very tough talking, but let's take some comments coming here on the stream. Iresin Kwaigbe says he's watching live from Senegal, Nimba. Iresin, thanks for joining us from the Rescue Women office here in Monserrado. Keep sharing this live. Sue L. is the executive director and CEO, as I may say, for Sue Faith Helping Hands Foundation. They're based there in Canada. Just yesterday, they supported some of your girls in Nimba at JWPSN school, where they were able to provide scholarship for 2 females.
Wow.
She's watching. She could be your partner, so you can get in contact with her later. And you're welcome to this broadcast. And Solomon Faulkner is a public health practitioner. He's watching from Marshall Maggie Bikante. He said, great initiative, Madame George. And everything Kwaigbe says, I'm living witness to your present and positive impacts in Nimba, Madame. We hope and pray that your organization impact covers the entire citizenry of Nimba. And just to come to the flip side of it, honestly, it has been the first time to see for women to really stand up, and even come up to defend issues of irregularities of elections, as Madame Elif Gonklo Way versus Lynette Case. And like you reported said, many women of Nimba were able to stand up. So this means that people are getting to know their rights, meaning the women, and it means that your work is flowing. And the reason why the song on the stream we're coming to take it is also for the first time for the Nimba County Sports Meet, Nimbayans were able to feature females on this music.
Yes.
So to all of our audience, let's take a batch of this music from Nimba County, and you will notice most of the girls are singing in here. I mean, they are from Nimba and they are women for the first of this kind. So let's take a little bit of music break.
The GB with the less liberty wine. Let me see how you swallow it. Let's go, baby. Hey. Yeah. How many kind of people are so wild?
Guauma, yayauma sao. Guauma. Akanga lego Nimba, akanga. Nimba can't get it morale. Akanga lego Nimba, akanga. I see we every morning wow. Akanga lego Nimba, akanga.
Anima, you won't be alone, like you not know your hair. We care for the sofa, we not
going
going
back
to play.
to Madame Laretta George right here. So she's back on the stream. The reason we're taking that song, as I said, is Rescue Women Liberia is promoting the issue of gender equality, meaning that women should stand up and know their value, that men should also give them the space because they got a lot more to put on the table. So the executive director and founder of Susu Faith Helping Hands Foundation Canada has just commented on this live. She said, I really like you, sister. So well, we are still moving on. Thanks to you all who are tuning, keep sharing this live. Then we come to what are some of your views about rape, sexual gender-based violence, harmful traditional practices, etc. in those areas that you work in? What are your own thought process about it?
Yes, Emma, before I come to that, let me just say thank you to Susu Faith Helping Hands Foundation, all the way from Canada. I want to say thank you, my sister. Women access to education is one of the sustainable development goals that we are trying to push. I want to say thank you, and I pray and hope that you are empowered more to help push women education. But it's not easy. You see most of our girls, they are in the streets, some are selling. We have teenage mother, we have pregnant girls, they are not in school. It's not easy, and if we continue that way, sooner or later, we're going to see our entire society, our children will become uneducated. And then with that, the nation, it is difficult for the nation to develop. You know, women, we are nation builders.
Absolutely.
Okay. Yes, the issue of rape, you said rape, right?
Yes, rape, sexual gender-based violence, harmful traditional practices in those areas that you work in Magidi, Nimba, and Masalan. What are your own thought process about?
Rape. Rape in Nimba. Every time I sit alone and I have the time to meditate, I really get frustrated over the issue of rape.
Wow.
There are other countries that have rape cases, but Nimba. And the frustrating part is that the people who are raped, they are not girls, they are babies as low as 8 months old. And you will not believe that majority of them go with impunity.
Wow.
Because of some constraint in the justice system.
Wow.
I don't really want to say the justice system is weak. I don't want to say that. Because I need them to liberate the babies that are being raped on a daily basis. All I want to do is to find a means that we all can work together to see how best we can minimize the issue of rape. There was this guy from Setbacks, this old man from Setbacks.
Yeah.
Setbacks district, I'm not going to call the location.
Yes. Okay.
Setbacks district. He raped a girl. He went with impunity, the community covered him. And you know, our community, our rural community always talk about the issue of dress code. As a mask to hide behind and defending rape perpetrators. But people who are raped are not people who dress in fashion clothes.
Okay.
And dress code is not a mask.
Okay.
It's not a defense for rape. You cannot hide behind dress code as a mask to destroy people's little children. This guy raped, they let him go. The second time he did it, they carried him to the second court. And for some reason, somebody somewhere released him.
Wow.
Guess what he did? When they released him, he went and his very wealth was the one working for him and hiding him. For each time I send police, he will go there. When the police go, they work for hiding him. The man not here, the man not on the phone, the man not here, the man not on. You know what he did?
No.
He raped the 5-year-old granddaughter of his wife.
Another second event.
He did that in November last year.
Wow.
Then they called me when I was in Morovia. They called me and said, somebody, the thing that happened again with the man. So I said, I told the police, I said, before you brief him or brief me, get the man and send him to court. They sent him to court, he's in jail. But you know why he kept raping? Because the community tried to hire him. The community harbored him with this particular attitude, this daily attitude in him. So the issue of rape is frustrating. And I hope that other communities see this as a war against our children. It's a serious war against our children. Because women are not being raped, are babies. So it's a war against our children.
Wow. It's a war.
The issue of harmful traditional practices. We know that we have tradition in the country.
Okay.
And it will take time.
Okay.
Because if you have the head of the traditional council of Liberia, making today, it's not easy for us, but we're getting there. Imagine that a lady was giving concussion. They were looking for me and my team. You see, Erasing work with Rural Integrated Center for Community Empowerment.
Okay.
But he for she.
Okay.
Iresi was at risk. I was at risk. And there is this police officer that really take interest in the job. He was also at risk. The head of the zone in the whole of Nimba went to the police station to confront us. How can you give a lady a daily concussion to drink and say she will confess that she's a witch? After she drank the daily concussion, she was being disgraced also, where she did everything on herself. Tell me if that you will not confess. You will not confess.
You will say.
When I say I was saying I mean get all the old people from later because I've been reduced to immune treatment.
Wow.
So in order to save my life, I'm going to confess. That's what they did to that lady. The lady was being reduced to that treatment and kept on the medicine woman farm where she was working 24 hours day and night. They had her on that farm. In fact, they didn't even want her to come in the town without giving her food. It took strategies to save that woman. We got her out of the place and then we move her to another location. So harmful traditional practice. I think our people need to go back to the drawing board. The traditional people need to go back to the drawing board and say, look at the traditional practices and know which one is bad and which one is good. Those ones that are killing our people, let them go, let them do their way with it.
Okay, so if you are just joined us, this is Nimba D-9 TV, and we're coming to you from Montserrat, from the office of our Rescue Women Liberia, and the executive director here is on the screen. She's Laretta George. So keep sending in your comments. We will read them because we have your conversation. We're looking for a way to be able to minimize or put in, and it has to start somewhere. Some people have to take up the courage. So we want to know what are your sources of funding, by the way?
Well, we actually got our first funding from the Rural Integrated Center for Community Empowerment.
Okay.
I gave them credit. They gave us the first funding through their web building project.
Okay.
That was in 2018. And then we got our second funding from the same web building because of the web we did.
Okay.
When they asked Rural Integrated Center for Community Empowerment rights to give another local NGO part of the funding to roll out the sustainable development goal in Nimba. They gave us that funding, and through our work, web building 2030 project was able to give us funding. The funding they gave us was to advocate for policy implementation. That's the project we had in Nimba. And then we also got funding from UNDP last year to do border surveillance on the COVID-19 preparedness around the Kanta border, the Kanta Guinea border. So that project ended in January, ended on the 20th of January. Presently, we are implementing for the EU, the UN EU Spotlight, and that project is in Montserrat. That is, the project is on SGBV and harmful traditional practices. We are implementing the project in four locations: Portware, Johnsonville, Tony, and Bensonville.
Those are tough terrains.
Yeah.
You probably might just hear the name, but that place is a tough terrain.
The rescue part about it, we had to do survey to know the prevalence of the cases in Montserrat before implementing the project. And when my team went in the field, they almost arrested them to put it in the Poorer Society.
In the Poorer Society, you got it right here in Montserrat.
Yeah, the zoo went, the zoo said they should have talked to her first before, and they talked to the town chief, they talked to other people, and they gave them the wire.
And that was community interest.
She said, yo, wait for me, I'm coming. When she took the road in the forest, they ran away. Everyone when they escaped. Actually, she decided to maybe arrest him.
Wow. So, okay, so we just going to the end of this conversation today. But how well the community is receiving Rescue Women Liberia activities? The
to really be frank with you, I want to say thank you to the communities that we work in. They are really responding to our work. You know, our work is community based. We give the idea to the community and they lead the project. All of our project is community and driven. We give them the idea and they lead the project. And I want to say thank you to them. Even in Bensonville, when I enter Rural Monserrado, Bensonville and Johnsonville to work, because I first had to go out. It was our reception program. I had to go and roll out the project. I entered that place. It was like I entered my hometown where I was born. Yeah, because I worked there before. I worked there with NRC. And going back with the project, they were like, somebody has come to liberate us because we know how this woman works, and she's back to us. They were happy and they embraced the project. They were very excited about it.
Okay, so if you are just joining us, we ask you to keep sending out your comments, keep sharing this live. This is a really wonderful interview, one of the best that we have had of recent. So we moving onward. So what could be your recommendation based on your community entry, based on need assessment, based on what you hope to achieve? What could be your recommendation to national government?
I have just one recommendation. We have a president who is a he for she. I watched him when he visited the UN conference. He's a he for she. I want him to ensure that policies that were put in place to work in the interest of women. I am just appealing to him. I'm recommending that he ensure the implementation of this policy. Let space be created around the table. Liberia is a country that has received the highest international support on women peace and security. Look at our house. Look at this whole election. What happened to women? You saw what happened to
Boto Kane. She was chased.
In Babu. She has a right to have a place around the table too. Let government create space around the table for women participation in political and decision making. We need women around the table. How will you feel? You have 30 senators and you have one. The voters that are supposed to go there to make it two, you still don't want to announce or certificate. We needed one from Nimba. So if you have 30 senators with 3 female, what will it cost you? What will it cost you? The government should implement this policy. They should accept this policy. We need just 30% space around the table.
But the government might likely counter react and say, but it's on the election process. They probably did not win.
Not that they may say that, right? They may say that. But they say that the ladies that took part in the election, they didn't win. No. It's the same mentality. I listened to one elected senator saying that this is not a beauty contest. So what are you saying?
You read it serious?
Yeah, this is not a beauty contest. And the second time I listened to him was, even if this woman, if Jesus will come down, this woman will not win. What did bring Jesus Christ into giving women space around the table? So that was a strong expression, meaning that they're not even willing to give us space. So I'm sending recommendation out there to the government and to every man that see the need for being he or she, come and join the fight. Let us push the agenda for women participation in political and decision making. Wow. 10 to women who have not accepted the Women for Women support. Please join the vote. We need to push Women for Women campaign. Women make our highest percentage of the voting population. So if we were fighting for women, if we were doing this Women for Women support, if we were really pushing the Women for Women solidarity, we wouldn't be fighting during election. You saw Nimba women how they went to the National Election Commission to protect their vote. If other countries, we have 15 countries, that was just Nimba and Babolu, 2 countries. But if we have other countries coming to push the Women for Women solidarity, then at least we fought before Rwanda. Just look at Rwanda.
Wow.
Just look at Rwanda. It's 48 to 52. At the time, it's developing, the country is developing. Because we women, we are the hope. We are the symbol of hope and strength for the nation. Bible says, that one he told Adam said, I will give you help meat. When I went for training one time, we were talking about, the pastor said, God said that. I said, then why God put Adam and Eve in the garden with Adam? The men may be the head of the womb. I'm not disputing that. But the women are the neck. The hair cannot stay with all the neck. That's why I told the pastor. I said if they color the whole neck, the hair will not stay on the shoulder. So allow us to show the potential that God put in us as the second in command.
Okay, the second in command.
Yes.
So we stay here and we're just about to take the last talking point. And if you are just joining us, this is Nimba D-9 TV. We'd like to say good afternoon, good morning, good night, good evening, wherever you have turned in, as always, to watch this ever thought-provoking platform that stimulates you to get involved with rural community initiative. This is what this platform is meant for. So your parting comments, if any.
I want to say thank you to D-9 TV. You are doing a great work. You know that I've been watching you, I've been following you. I first took interest in the RISE Justice Official Training. I want to say thank you to RISE and other NGOs that have really been pushing the agenda in Nimba. You know, when women get into things, they really push it. We have the RISE, we have the women passion, we have the chairs, so women passion, RISE, they are there pushing, helping chairs to really look at the issue of Nimba. Because if a violent-free community is a developed community, so all we are fighting for is to have a violent-free country for a sustainable development. No one want to come into a country where the hearing or the be one woman because she took by election. Who will want to come? No investor will want to come. Nobody will want to come. No donor will want to come to help us in this nation. So I want to say thank you to my fellow CSO partners. I want to say thank you to them. And I also want to say thank you to Tina. And I want to talk about somebody very special. That person is my mentor.
Yes, you are welcome.
All these things I am doing today, I learned it from this woman, Mr. Salome Bongo-Kofan. When I went to her 2005 in Nimba, I actually worked with the RSC GBV program, but I was not really fully equipped as compared to when I went to the protection program. They sent me to Salome very green. I didn't even know much about, and I went to help her implement the RSC General Protection Program. The people used to call 2-man NGO. At certain time, I was like getting weak. If I don't want to do it, she will say I am. The thing I did in the field today, explaining I was ready for you. So she really pushed me. And then when she brought me over to RISE, I went to RISE, she really gave me the responsibility of heading her Access to Justice project in Nimba. So I want to say thank you to her. I also want to say thank you to her manager. all of them gave me the opportunity to equip myself more. And to Rescue Women team, I want to say thank you. I have a very great team. They are doing well. And I want to say thank you to our donor. The EU. We got a Women 2030 Web, Women 2030 project. The funding came from Web and is supported by EU on the 2030 project. The Web Women 2030 project, the funding came to us. And the funding has really helped us to push women in Lima to take charge of their destiny. We want women to overcome injustice and poverty and be self-reliant. Can you imagine a man telling somebody, say, but when the woman even wept, when you even get in space around the table, say, you know what they will do? They will still ask her for strategy.
Wow.
Women, this is part of my party comment. Do not, whatever the little that you have for you and your family, stop telling men and say, when they say hello, say, please send me strategy. Don't do it. You can make it on your own. If other women out there can make it, you can make it. Start begging them for strategy. Let us put on our boots and get in the field and push the agenda for women peace and security. I want to say thank you to the UNTV also and to our Spotlight EU Spotlight project. It is the one that we are implementing personally. I want to say thank you to all of them for their support.
Okay, so that was the voice of Madame Laretta George. She's very tough talking. So we take you from here and then we're going to play this music. And good night. Thank you to all for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
The GB with the less liberty warrior. Let me see how you swallow it. Let's go, baby. Hey. Yeah. I'm on the kind of people.